Supporting Aamir Khan, Tigmanshu Dhulia, filmmaker and actor, Aamir Raza Hussain, theatre director, Mayank Shekhar, film critic. Questioning Aamir Khan, filmmaker Vipul Shah. We have artist and member of the CBFC, Dr. T Anil Kumar, with us in the studio, and Padma Rao, senior journalist, joining us. Let's start with the political sides first. And opening the debate tonight is Nalin Kohli and Jyotiraditya Scindia. Jyotiraditya Scindia, you don't think Aamir Khan went over the top by saying it's, I'm thinking of leaving the country, etc. I mean, how is so bad? And why did Rahul Gandhi choreograph his response within 15 hours? I'm curious, Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, because I like to see Rahul Gandhi's pace of response. I remember that when Nirbhaya happened, when people were out on the streets for about a week, Rahul Gandhi was nowhere to be found. Not one tweet, one statement. In this case, within 15 hours of Aamir Khan talking about, thinking about leaving India, Rahul Gandhi comes up in his defense. What explains that?
Well, first, let me set the context, Arnab. When you have a government which in the last 18 months has decided what it is that you're going to eat or not eat, how is it that you're going to live your life, who is it that you're going to marry, what are the statements that you're going to make or not make, and look at really destroying the fabric which has been given to us by a constitution, one of equality, fraternity, and of liberty, then these questions have arisen across the spectrum.
Right.
And you have seen this and you have broadcast this on your channel, whether it be writers, artists, across the board. And what has surprised me as a citizen, forget about me being a member of the Congress party, is the reaction of this government. So the first thing that this government does is dismisses your view. Second, it labels you as anti-national. Third, it also threatens to throw you out of the country. So you and I may agree to disagree, but you have an opinion. Who did they
threaten to throw out of the country? Just curious again.
Appreciate their opinion.
Who were they throwing out? Any specific instance you're speaking of, Mr. Scindia? And
in the case of Shah Rukh Khan, where the General Secretary of the BJP said he should go and live in Pakistan then.
Okay.
Is that the government? Is that the government?
It's a BJP leader he's quoting.
Sorry?
Is he wrong? Is it a BJP leader?
Yes.
He says, is that the government?
He's an Arnab, he's an ex-cabinet minister of the Madhya Pradesh government and now a General Secretary of the BJP. So you see, I find this very funny, Arnab, where I watched your show yesterday as well, and you had a spokesperson from the BJP who mentioned that the quotation of what the Assam governor said, why is it that you're holding it against him, Arnab? Because has he been a habitual offender? Why is it that it's being held against him? So are we saying now that we're only going to hold something against an individual if one is an habitual offender?
Why? No, okay. So 1 second. Okay. Then Nalin, you can respond. But if I can add to that, Nalin, the question is, you don't feel that the atmosphere has contributed to something? That there is something going around, the sense of disquiet. Now, I personally believe, let me make it clear, that Aamir Khan's was a terrible overreaction. Either he didn't structure his words or his thoughts, or maybe it was a mix of both. I hope it was. Because if he's talking about running away from India, the same India which has done him so much good, then Mr. Aamir Khan, look back and see who made you a star. But that's not the point. The question tonight is on atmospherics. No, on atmospherics, Nalin Kohli will open the debate. Nalin, respond. Nalin.
Mr. Goswami, this is now divided into two parts. There's a comment about the government, and then there is the comment on Mr. Aamir Khan. Let's start first with the government. The problem is that there is a section of Indians who just don't want to accept the verdict of the people that says there is a government of India, not a government of the BJP, for the BJP, of the BJP. And that government, with everyone in that government, starting from the Prime Minister down to the last Minister of State, has taken the oath of the Constitution to serve the people of India, irrespective of what Prime Minister Modi will say.
That's a persecution complex. Nalin Kohli, that's a persecution complex. No, the persecution complex.
Not at all.
It's a persecution. No, tell me one thing. 1 second. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute, Nalin. Hand goes up in response. And Nalin Kohli, let me come in. Nalin Kohli, the question is this. The same Aamir Khan.
Okay.
The same Aamir Khan is a good person in two contexts. Aamir Khan is also an interesting fellow. Aamir Khan was criticizing what happened during the Gujarat riots, and then, by the way, let me complete. You see, Aamir Khan.
We are confusing.
No, I'm not confusing. You're confusing.
I haven't completed.
No, I'm not confusing. I'm linking. You're delinking.
No,
I'm linking.
I am
I'm
not.
linking
Mr.
both.
Goswami.
No, the Aamir Khan's comment and the government's response cannot be
like
delinked.
The full time that you.
No, one second, Mr. One second. Just a question on Aamir Khan. Okay, Jyotiraditya Scindia wants to counter, I let him counter. But I'll make the point on Aamir Khan later. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Have a counter when I haven't finished it. Mr. Goswami, I need to finish my point.
No, his hand was up even when he was speaking.
Finish, Mr. Scindia, with your indulgence. Mr. Scindia, I have not even get a fourth of the time that just to finish my point. I haven't finished a point. Let Mr. Scindia have as many counters as he wants. So therefore, that's one part of the Congress party which I am absolutely denouncing. That's the basic problem. So they will find fault and link anything anywhere in the world and say this is the government's policy. The only time the government has had a policy ever to throttle tolerance, to throttle free speech is emergency under Shrimati Indira Gandhi. There wasn't a Prime Minister Modi and there was no one from the BJP. They were all in jail. All of them were jailed.
Okay, so time up. No speeches. Mr. Kohli, no speeches. No speeches. I had one point to make before I go to Jyotiraditya Scindia. I had one point to make. Listen to me.
This is not about speeches.
Listen to me.
This is clear.
I believe that in life as a rule, it is good not to fight windmills. I'm coming to you, Mr. Scindia. Just one point. Aamir Khan today, you say, is being tutored by God knows who. Obviously, you indicate that he's being tutored by Rahul Gandhi, right? So please tell me, when Rahul... No, Mr. Kohli, listen to the question, bhai.
Said that.
Mr. Kohli, listen to the question.
No,
listen to the question. Listen to the question. Listen to the question. Aamir Khan has done so many U-turns.
Listening to the question.
Let me tell you. He took a so-called principal position on the Gujarat riots, right? And the Narmada Bacha Andolan. He faced the flak when his film Fana faced a wave of protests in Gujarat. Then he quietly, like a good boy, in December 2009, went and did a little bit of marketing and publicity for the Gujarat government and went and made statements, oh, the Gujarat government is so good, it's done so much good work for the people, I wanted to be part of this work, etc. So, I don't know at that point of time who was coaching Aamir Khan. I'm just curious, because if Rahul Gandhi is coaching him now, who was coaching him then? Same Aamir Khan. Same Aamir Khan. Listen, before PK was released, one second.
Who has made that statement?
Before PK was released. Arey bhai, listen to me.
Who has made that statement? I haven't.
Your party spokesperson Shahnawaz has. Your party spokesperson Shahnawaz says who's coaching Aamir Khan. Anyway, coming back to the point, PK was a film which was about to be released. Just before the release of PK, Aamir Khan got, joined hands with the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan ahead of the release of PK. At that point of time, who was coaching Aamir Khan?
Sure.
So if Rahul Gandhi is coaching him now, who was coaching him on these two occasions? Food for thought. So Jyotiraditya Scindia responds, then we're opening up the debate. Yes, Mr. Scindia.
Just a very quick response. He and my friend Nalin said that this is not a government of the BJP or policies of the BJP or of the RSS, but a government of India. In what kind of government do you have a minister who says Ramzadon or that other word, Arnab, which I'm not going to say on television? And
yeah, please don't.
Did the Prime Minister not?
No, please don't.
What kind of government do you have a minister?
Interrupt, but did not the Prime Minister on the floor of the House say so?
Nalin, I did not interrupt you.
Sure.
Please, no, please don't.
Please
don't
go ahead.
Please, I didn't interrupt you. You asked me to keep quiet. I kept quiet. So number one, a minister who says that. A second minister who says that Abdul Kalam was a Rashtravadi even though he was a Muslim. A third minister who says that incidents like this are like throwing stones at a dog. Okay? You have ministers of government who have taken an oath to the Constitution, making statements like this, and this government has no response. Even the apology was made after we created a fracas in parliament. You have a member of parliament of the BJP calling Nathuram Godse a Deshbhakt. What is going on in the country and in this government?
I'll give a 30-second response.
Is this the government that was promised to the people of India? Number one.
We'll discuss Aamir Khan after that, but we're discussing the government now. Go on.
When they talk about the
point,
and the Sikh riots, all of that. I'm making a second point, Arnab. This concept of what about this country doesn't want to delve in the history. It wants to delve in what are you doing about the actions that are being perpetrated in your government.
Go on, one more chance. Go on.
What's happening today?
Go on. Anyway,
it happened then.
Anyway, I won't tell you what happened then, Mr. Scindia, because it'll be uncomfortable for you, Mr. Scindia, because there was a 30% increase in the 30% increase.
May I have a counter?
No. Okay, no. One sec. Point to Mr. Scindia. Point to note. 30% increase in the number of communal violence incidents in 2013 compared to 2012. These are Ministry of Home Affairs figures. You can go and ask your Home Minister at that point of time if you agree or disagree. At that point of time, Aamir Khan didn't say anything. Neither did Jyotiraditya Scindia. Nalin Kohli response. Then we'll open it up. Nalin Kohli, quick, 30 seconds this time. Tigmanshu, Aamir, Mayank, Vipul, Anil, and Padma haven't spoken yet. Go on.
Sure. I'm sorry we are monopolizing this. Anyway, I'm going to just put aside the Congress for a minute and come down to Mr. Aamir Khan because that's the center of this. The Congress and I'll spar afterwards. So let's get down to what Mr. Aamir Khan has said.
Yeah.
I think one by one, let's go. He's in his rights to make a comment. There's no doubt. And he is in the same rights as another 125 crore people under the Constitution. The problem is in what he's saying, because two elements come out of what he's saying. A, on 11th of January, in an interview to another channel, in a program, he said there's an environment of positive change. And exactly about a week and a half later,
who said this?
He's saying a completely opposite to that by saying, oh, well, he said it on Walk the Talk. Mr. Aamir Khan, he said it as part of his Walk the Talk interview, that I see an environment of positive change. He spoke about the emergency in 1975. Yes, a week back. That's 11th of November. And you can just Google it and get it out.
Let's find out.
11th of November,
sure.
He spoke on Walk the Talk and he said, environment of positive change. He denounced the emergency, spoke of people who spoke against it and felt sad, others didn't. So, I mean, here's Mr. Aamir Khan who's making one statement a week ago.
Anyway, let me make one point.
Last week and today he goes out there.
Let me make one point. Sure. Aamir Khan may not know the facts. He may not be fully aware of certain facts. And I don't think that, a cinema star naturally should be the last word as far as discussions on the social fabric of this country are concerned. But at the same time, he has every right to be speaking. At the same time, we have the right to question the number of U-turns of Aamir Khan as well.
I started with that.
The point is, political parties take cinema stars very seriously. You do, Rahul Gandhi does. Sincerely, you do. You take cinema stars extremely seriously. Today,
anyway. It's not about cinema stars.
No, it is about cinema stars. We're discussing a cinema star. Let's be clear. Aamir Khan is not a social activist or a politician. He is a cinema star. I now open it up.
And they should be. You are taken seriously, Mr. Goswami.
Let's open it up.
As an anchor.
Let me open it up. My question goes. Let's get Tigmanshu in. Aamir Raza Hussain, Mayank, Vipul, Anil and Padma. It's an open debate. I'm not taking turns. Don't wait for me to toss it around. Let's start with Tigmanshu. Tigmanshu, PK. Let me start with PK, right? A film which made 7.35 billion rupees. It had the most controversial plot, a number of controversial scenes which would have offended religious sentiments in majority, minority, all communities in our country. I mean, I don't even want to repeat some of the lines. Some people would have thought it would have been very, very controversial. For example, there's a line in the film which says, "Jo dar gaya hai, wo mandir ko bhagta hai." There is a scene where a PK chases a man dressed as Lord Shiva, which was seen as controversial, but it was kept in the final version. The film concluded with an entire sequence where PK shows how a simple stone is converted into a god. Now, these can be seen to be controversial. Only a very tolerant nation, Tigmanshu, would endorse and applaud a film like that. And for the same person to come and say, my country is so terrible, that I feel like running away from it. Tigmanshu, how can you even defend such an overstatement? Tigmanshu Dhulia, go ahead, please. And you can respond, Vipul, if you want. Yeah.
Yes, Arnab, I endorse this fact that India is a secular country. It has a very strong social fiber. And these times are not going to really affect this society in any way possible. But yes, we all are very concerned. What Mr. Aamir Khan said, I'd say that he's not entirely wrong, neither is he entirely right. First of all, because he was just expressing his wife's fear and concerns. Secondly, I would say that...
It's not an accidental comment, Tigmanshu. It's a well-thought comment. Aamir Khan making a comment for a public platform in a highly publicized media event, a newspaper awards event. I mean, that's not an accidental. You can't get away by saying, oh, I didn't think about... No. It's a well-thought comment. He measured the comment.
Yes, of course it was well thought.
Yeah.
It was well thought.
Yeah.
But I really cannot comment about Mr. Aamir Khan because as a Hindu, I feel really safe. But as a Muslim, I cannot comment.
Okay. Responses. Vipul Shah.
Nothing is
Vipul is responding to you, Tigmanshu. Yeah.
Feeling really safe.
Tishu, I think this Hindu-Muslim, we should just step back a bit. I want to ask one fundamental question. Has anybody asked Aamir that while there was this fear, is he actually planning to leave the country? And second,
or is it just to grab the headlines?
Or is
it just a headline grabbing?
I don't know that. Yeah. I don't think Aamir probably wants to grab the headlines.
Why would you say so?
I think he's got enough content in his films to grab enough headlines.
Okay, so he didn't mean it?
Second question is, no, first I want to know.
He meant it or didn't mean it in your view?
I want to know whether he meant it or no.
No, but how can you?
I want to know.
Give me one reason. Vipul, give me one reason you don't mean it and you make a statement like that. I mean, I don't know. What is this? Hyperbolic, shallow response? No, you don't mean it. You have been an ambassador for Incredible India, ambassador for Atithi Devo Bhavam. You know, you are a major face in this country. You can't now say, I didn't think about it. I didn't know the facts. I didn't know that India has 22 major languages. I didn't know that India has 13 different scripts. I didn't know that India has 720 dialects. And in the last 68 years, we have allowed our country, the diversity of the country to remain. I mean, you can't say I'm an ignorant star, so I didn't know. You obviously knew. He knew.
I'm saying
he knows the impact.
Yeah, but I'm saying that let's ask whether he wants to actually leave the country. And second thing, whether his comment was directed only at BJP and he thinks that Karnataka government and UP government had no role in Dadri lynching or Kalburgi murder. That's something that we need to know.
Let's get Aamir Raza Hussain on the other side. Aamir Raza Hussain, you want to come in? Mayank, I think I saw you interested in coming into the debate at this time. You see, now the argument is, did Aamir mean it?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Aamir, go ahead.
Okay, so, you know, the thing, it really, whether Aamir meant it or not, I don't think that, I'm quite sure he meant it. If he said it, he meant it.
Okay.
But, you know, my friends in the right, and I think even you, with your jingoistic introduction to this debate, you just don't see how the other half lives, or how the other half thinks, or how the other half feels, for God's sakes. Aamir is only articulating something which is on the mind of a whole lot of middle-class people in urban India. Why don't you realize that? Now, you must look at this. Aamir Khan cannot become a star or as big a star as he is in India anywhere else. His career graph, everything which he does, his house, everything is in India.
Right.
And still he thinks of talking. He's not talking about going away. He is saying that there is a debate within his family.
Mr. Aamir Raza Hussain.
Is it possible that we would need to go away?
No, Mr. Hussain. Mr. Hussain, let's look at this reasonably now. No, one second. Can I come in and ask you something, please? Since an observation has been made on a principle of insecurity. No, Mr. Hussain, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. An observation is made, first of all, Mr. Hussain. No, Mr. Hussain, the question is simple. Mr. Hussain, Mr. Hussain, don't have any preconceived notions that you understand one half and others don't understand all half. You are only asking the questions, and I hope you don't display intolerance towards the views of others. My question is very different, and it may provoke you. You have a right to be provoked. No, you have a right to be provoked, but don't be dismissive in your answers. Now my question is this. No, Mr. Hussain.
Please understand, Arnab,
Mr. Hussain,
the meaning of the word tolerance and the meaning of the word intolerance.
Mr. Hussain,
tolerance and intolerance are not...
Mr. Hussain,
let me explain a little English to you, please.
Mr. Hussain, you don't need to teach me English. You know, the problem is that there is, I must say this condescending attitude that this public school approach to this country has to stop. You know, this country does not run out of certain warped circles of public schools where you come on national television. Mr. Hussain, Mr. Hussain, don't talk to me in a patronizing tone. Don't, first of all, Mr. Hussain, Mr. Hussain, answer the question. Don't be supercilious, have a Manishankar Iyer approach to let me teach you English approach. No, don't try that let me teach you English approach. It does not work on me. You try it somewhere else. You try it somewhere else, don't try it on me. Don't try it on me, Mr. Hussain. Go try it in some other circles, not on this program. My question is,
when you use words
Mr. Hussain,
which do not make sense,
Mr. Hussain,
obviously I'm going to try,
Mr. Hussain,
Goswami, I'm going to try and teach you.
Now I'll tell you, I don't need your education, okay? Try it somewhere in your theatre class.
For a moment,
no, Mr. Hussain, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to keep making shallow Manishankar Iyer kind of comments, it's not going to go anywhere. The point is, we are having a serious discussion. I request you to be serious. No, if you want to be serious, you be serious. You don't want to participate seriously, Mr. Aamir Raza Hussain, then you don't need to be. Please understand, be serious on the program. Please be serious. And there are people who are waiting. You can't. No, Mr. Caesar, you're not. Now I'll move on. The question is simply this.
You're not asking a question. You're going on.
Thank you. Now my question is to Mayank, and Mayank, please answer this seriously. The question on the other side is, the question on the other side is, serious question, that is it befitting for a person who has been a beneficiary and a participant, Mayank, of India's secular, liberal and democratic ethos to be making a statement, which I don't know what Mr. Hussein's Webster or Oxford Dictionary teaches him, but I would say the only word I would use for his comments would be alarmist. You are making an alarmist comment about leaving the country. It is going to hit the international headlines, Mayank. It is, you know, and by the way...
you think it's alarmist. A lot of people in this country don't think it's alarmist.
You don't. So fine, you don't. I do. Okay, agree?
I disagree.
Yeah, now, Mayank, please respond.
So
Mayank.
you can debate it.
Yeah, we are debating it, Mr. Aamir Raza Hussain, if you allow us, please. Mayank, please, Mayank.
Right. No, there are 2 points. First is whether it's alarmist or not. And I think here you gave some statistics in terms of communal rights. And is the measure for rise in intolerance only riots and deaths? Could it also be the sort of venom that is spewed on the internet, especially, and I'm sure you've been reading stuff that goes on social media and even everyday conversation. And clearly you can see a gradual rise there. And if he's expressing it, what's wrong with that? Second part, if Aamir Khan does say that he wants to leave India or move out of India, let's assume he does. He actually didn't say that. In fact, he said that that's a disastrous thing to say. But even if let's assume that he does that necessarily make him anti-national?
No, it's not. Nobody's saying now that's a hyperbolic comment. One second, Mayank, nobody. Mayank, one second. Mayank, don't miss. No, Mayank.
Let me
Mayank, you're going in the wrong direction. You are going with factual inaccuracies. I must stop you. Nobody. And we are nobody says Aamir should leave India. Aamir is talking about leaving India. Nobody says, not one person has said that. Not one person has said that. You want people to say that?
Aamir is also not. Aamir is also not talking about leaving India. He's saying that's a disastrous. He's saying that's a disastrous thing to say. But you only have to open your phone right now, get on Twitter, and hear what people are saying. And then
who is people?
A response
who is
to that.
people, Mr.
There are enough Indians who have moved
Mr. Goswami, I'd like to come in after.
Okay, so if Aamir is responding to Twitter, let him say, I will leave Twitter. Why is
in the US and UK? They tell us how to vote.
Okay, should we get a counter, please? I think Nalin wanted to counter you there.
Now I'm saying if there is a person.
Couple of just 2 sentences.
No, let me just finish and you can counter. Arnab, just give me 5
seconds. Complete your point.
Let me just finish.
Complete your point.
I'm saying if there is a person who lives in this country, if there is a person who lives in this country, contributes to the society, makes some really good films according to me, does a very good television show too, should we not be listening to his concern rather than there being a backlash?
Now there is first of all, one second.
Or against
just a bit. Okay, so here's one quick point to you, and then Nalin will respond to this. Nalin, before you respond, I just want you to be reasonable in the way you're looking at the situation, because we must realize, and I am using the word alarmist. Now, I don't know, I'm putting a question. Is it befitting for a man to be making such alarmist comments when there was widespread support for the release of his movie PK, despite protests from some fringe groups who were ultimately silenced by the audience at large? The audience at large, this nation at large, silenced those fringe groups. And for Aamir Khan to say the fringe groups are the nation I want to flee is, I think, an escapist comment. It is a person who has got fame and adulation in India, who owes his successful career in Hindi cinema to the people of this country, to make an alarmist comment which ends up, which will affect the image of this country. You need to be a little reasonable. You can be hyperbolic. You may have used the wrong words. You may have overstated your case. But, you know, to make such alamist comments, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, Nalin wants to respond.
You are using the wrong words. You are putting words into his mouth.
Aamir Raza Hussain. Aamir Raza Hussain. Okay, Nalin will respond. Jyotiraditya wants to come in.
May I, Mr. Hussain? Yeah. I just want to hold the thought, because that was the exact point I wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
And that's important, because that's it. You will always in a society have someone or the other speaking in an extreme voice that may not resonate what is the character of that society. Our society is essentially tolerant. It has been. We have illegal immigrants coming here and staying in large numbers because it is a tolerant society, not even intolerant to them. There was a point that Mr. Dhulia possibly brought in about, say, from a Muslim angle. I want to counter that. If for an artist, Adnan Sani wants to take citizenship here, Can you imagine a debate like we are having here anywhere in our neighboring country? You can't. This is the beauty of the tolerance, that you can even have a debate like this. You're having expression of dissent.
Okay, Jyotiraditya Scindia on the other side.
That does not mean that the
Jyotiraditya Scindia, opening up, and Mr. Anil, you haven't spoken yet. One second.
Just a second point. Just a second point. Sorry. Just a second point quickly to finish this. That was one point about this. The second point I want to make is that please bear in mind that when we run down this entire thing of tolerance by saying an exception is the rule, we are also creating intolerance. You have to hear the voice of everyone else. Let everyone speak. But don't put that as the character of the nation.
Yeah, Jyotiraditya Scindia coming into the debate, the discussion still is to go on the issue of insecurity. Yes, Jyotiraditya Scindia, you wanted to respond to Nalin, please. Yes, Jyoti.
The question here, Arnab, and I think we are missing the wood for the trees, is not intolerance of our country as a people.
But I thought that's what you're talking about.
India has always been tolerant.
No, but I thought you have been saying consistently that the country has become intolerant.
Arnab,
haven't you been saying that?
Arnab, can I finish?
Haven't you been saying that the country has become very intolerant
if you allow...
Yes, please.
The problem with you, the problem is that you don't allow me to finish, Arnab.
Do you want to do a U-turn on the tolerance?
Please give me 30 seconds to finish.
More than that. Go ahead. It was my duty to point out the inconsistencies in what you were saying. Go ahead, Mr. Scindia.
No, there is no inconsistency in what I'm saying. India has always been always tolerant. Yeah. You have had for the first time an intolerant government that is creating an environment of intolerance. Absolutely where you are having this Ugravadi Tattva moving at a rapid pace, creating incidents all across the country.
Okay, tell me.
And then you have a Prime Minister
Jyotiraditya Scindia.
Rubbish.
Okay, please respond. Nalin Kohli responding. Anil will come back to the debate.
Absolute
when
rubbish.
When an incident happens in a particular state,
absolute
the response of the government is...
And you're using strong words because that's what it deserves.
Like the United States, President Barack Obama, who is supposed to be the Prime Minister's good friend, responds immediately at even a single incident happening. And in India, we are told prescriptively...
And where was Rahul Gandhi 56 days during the budget? Holidaying in Thailand. That's what the channels are showing. Stop teaching national standards when you have none to follow, Mr. Scindia.
Party are making insinuating statements across the board. If that is not going to hamper...
Absolutely not. I take offense to it. I'm a member of that political party here and I do not make any insinuating comments. I say it again and again, there are thousands like me. Don't you dare put it on us, Mr. Scindia. Just like there are 3 people in the party who call Mr. Rahul Gandhi joker, that doesn't mean the whole party calls him a joker.
When he was speaking, I did not say a word. But when I'm speaking, he wants to get the maximum mileage by making sure that I keep my voice down. This is the tolerance that is exhibited by the BJP.
No, that's a cheap point.
Okay,
that's a cheap point. I'm sorry, Mr. Scindia.
Since you both completed your points, Anil, you want to come into the debate? Anil, you want to come into the debate because we'll take a first break in 5 minutes on the Newshour tonight. The question on the Newshour this evening.
With respect
the question.
Every single person.
Someone explain this to me.
A filmmaker or writer.
Someone explain this to me, Jyotiraditya Scindia. And I find interestingly that while your leader Rahul Gandhi tweets within 15 hours and 35 minutes after Aamir Khan's comment, you are consistently avoiding commenting on Aamir Khan. Why, Mr. Scindia? Because you feel that you will get into the quicksand of your own argument if I ask you questions on Aamir. So, Mr. Scindia, since you are shooting off Aamir Khan's shoulder, since you are shooting off Aamir Khan's shoulder, Mr. Scindia, and please let me ask you the question. I'm sure you have the ability and the ammunition to respond, Mr. Scindia, and you don't doubt your own ability or your ammunition unless you've left it behind. Now, Mr. Scindia, let me ask you this. Since you are shooting off the shoulder of Aamir Khan, is it befitting for a man whose movie PK, while evoking strong protests from certain fanatic religious quarters, had a trouble-free release and got a rapturous reception from a mature Indian audience? The same person who gets a rapturous response from a mature Indian audience to a controversial film like PK goes ahead and says, my country is such that I want to leave the country today. Since you are shooting off his shoulder, please explain the hypocrisy of taking such a position. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
But he didn't take this position. That's
so
the
point
problem.
number one.
He didn't.
Point number one, he didn't take that position. I think, Arnab, if you can replay his comments, which I'm sure you can, because you need to go into your repository and pull it out. And if you replay his comments on this show, then you will see the fault line in your argument that you're putting across to your viewers on this show tonight. He never said that he and his wife have made the decision to leave this country. He said the very fact that my wife is thinking that are we safe or not, to me is a very distressing sign.
Yes.
He never said he's going to leave this country.
No, but
point number one.
No, no, 1 second. No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Just one. No, 1 point. 1 point. Just 1 point. Just 1 point. Jyotiraditya Scindia, explain this to me tonight.
Hold on.
Mr. Scindia, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Mr. Scindia, and explain this to me tonight. Explain this to me. Mr. Scindia, explain it to me tonight.
Kindly let me finish.
Explain it to me tonight.
Let me finish.
No, let me ask you the question, then you respond. Mr. Scindia, please tell me.
Mr. Goswami.
Mr. Scindia, please tell me. Please tell me, Mr.
Does
Scindia.
that mean that as a citizen in this country, he cannot have a view?
Of course you can.
That as a citizen of this country,
of course you can,
he
but
cannot comment.
I said it at the beginning of the show. Everyone can.
Scenario is there are no ifs and no buts.
Of course you can, but Mr. Scindia, now Mr. Scindia, you will have to answer.
I must respond,
now
Mr.
you will have to
Goswami.
answer. Mr. Scindia, sorry, no, 1 second. No, Mr. Scindia, you will have to answer a question now, please.
It's something that he is emotive about.
Mr. Scindia.
And if on this show you're going to decry that, then you're going to join the band of intolerant people.
Mr. Scindia, I don't need to tell you how tolerant the Congress party was of me when we broke 6 camps in 2010, 2011. Let's not go there. But since you're on the subject of tolerance, I will certainly ask you a follow-up question. See, Mr. Scindia, this country, he says, in the last 6 to 9 months has become intolerant. In 6 to 9 months, the situation is such that you are thinking of leaving. Of course, we know he's not left the country. But thinking and talking of leaving the country is a subject of conversation. Now, Mr. Scindia, when there was a blatant attempt to protect Yaqub Memon and Afzal Guru, this cottage industry supporting terror came out despite the Supreme Court having delivered its verdict on such terror acts. I don't know where Mr. Scindia's satellite connection went. Satellite connection went. Aamir Raza Hussain, what's your problem? I can't ask questions, is it? Why are you displaying such intolerance on the channel?
That you are completely...
Why are you displaying such... Did I call you a part of a cottage industry of terror? Did I call you that? I said there was an attempt to build support for Yaqub Memon. I think it's only in a very tolerant country that you can do that.
There may be a cottage industry of terror, there's no doubt about it. But why should you bring this into an Aamir Khan debate?
I'll explain to you if you have the patience to listen, please. Don't show your Delhi Gymkhana intolerance with me, please.
There's no Delhi Gymkhana intolerance.
Don't try the Delhi Gymkhana intolerance. This is not the Doon School canteen.
No.
Now please understand, Mr. Hussain.
How many times...
Now, Mr. Hussain, don't try that intolerance with me. It doesn't work on me. I told you before. Now, listen to me, Mr. Hussain. I am saying, and listen to the depth of the argument, please, before you make your responses like that, Mr. Hussain. The question is this. In this country, there was a massive build-up for Yaqub Memon a few months back. And rest of India watched. We watched as people came out on the streets for Yaqub Memon. Were we an intolerant country then? You tell me. We were a very tolerant country, very patient country, very sagacious country. You don't understand that argument, Mr. Hussain?
You don't understand what you are saying.
Again, now you're again getting confused.
What you are saying, absolutely. I don't know where you are going.
I don't know, Mr. Hussain, you're losing your strain of argument because you're not thinking logically tonight. Yes, please, Vipul.
Member of the BJP.
I think I want to look at Aamir, who was so resilient when Fana protests happened. People were threatening him. He came out giving interviews that I'm sitting here, come do what you want to do to me. I'm not going to change my position. I want to see that resilience in Aamir today, and I look up to that because ultimately it's about, while there was severe hostility against him, and of course that same audience now loves him and goes to see his films in huge numbers. Why is he now, when he didn't feel the insecurity then, why is he feeling the insecurity now?
Tigmanshu, you want to respond to that? Tigmanshu, Anil, you haven't spoken yet by the way.
He didn't feel it.
Okay, Aamir Raza Hussain is responding to you. Aamir Raza Hussain is responding. Go ahead, Aamir Raza.
I'm saying that this is a question we all need to ask ourselves. Here is a man who's got all the fame, who's got all the money, who's got all the success. Why is he feeling a problem today?
Yeah,
we need to open our eyes. We need to remove our blinkers. We need to see and understand that there perhaps is a problem. And instead of having protests outside this man's house, we need to introspect
Mr.
and
Goswami.
say that, look, maybe
Okay,
there
Nalin
is a problem.
Kohli rebutting. Anil hasn't come in yet. Nalin Kohli rebutting. I see Jyotiraditya Scindia's hand
Mr.
up.
Goswami,
Nalin Kohli, then we take a first
11th
break.
of November, 11th of November, he said there is a great environment of positive change.
Oh, we've heard all that, yeah.
Let's get
What
that
has
comment,
changed
please.
in these last few days? Can someone please explain?
Can someone
what has
explain?
happened?
Did he
Then
make
you say
that
there is
comment?
this, why do we need to understand? I need to understand. Here is a man that everyone is painting as intelligent, a man who's supposed to be thinking. 11th of November, he says there's an environment of positive change, and
Mr. Scindia, can you explain? No, Mr. Scindia.
If you want to step abroad, by the way, there's no constitutional bar. People go for taxation reasons to study, for better lifestyle, for education, for career. That's an individual choice. Why do we drag it onto the country?
Mr. Scindia, can you explain that? If it is true, I don't know if it on the 11th of November he says atmosphere of positive change. Though I don't know what is the context in which he said that because it's on another channel. I don't want to vouch for what you're saying, Mr. Nalin Kohli, but if it is true, if it is true, is that also worth looking at? And are you also latching on to a film star because he's a film star? You see, Jyotiraditya Scindia, easy route to political success. Latch on to a film star.
Let's be fair.
Magnify your popularity. Yes,
let's be fair.
Arnab.
Yeah,
It's not about popularity.
Arnab.
They are influencers also in society.
Right.
They have a lot of popularity.
Okay.
If you take them on social issues, if they are putting
Arnab,
their voice, people do look up to them.
Can I respond to that?
Okay, fine. But then you can't be sacred cows on that. Yeah, please go
My
ahead.
friend Nalin is slightly tolerant to have another person's point of view on the show.
Go on. There's no Palaj Nilani on the program, for God's sake.
I'm willing to challenge you.
Palaj Nilani isn't moderating the debate. Please continue.
Let's do minute by minute and see who has spoken
Please
more.
continue. There's no censorship on this program. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Arnab. The issue here is really with regard to vested interests and how they're playing out in our country. It's the environment that has been created by 18 months of this government with no action being taken against people who have been spewing venom across the board.
I will respond.
All right,
Incidents have taken place, no action is happening, and then after that,
I will respond.
if a number of people in society, Arnab, whether it is you or me or anyone else, has a view, then those views have to be consigned to the dustbin because they just are not aligned with what the
absolutely
government wants.
To the contrary,
and then they are labeled as and then they are labeled as anti-nationalists and deshdrohis and whatever else adjectives that can be flung upon them. From the RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan to the President of India, who has mentioned it 6 times, the Vice President of India, Narayan Murthy, Zubin Mehta, Miran Mazumdar Shaw, Aamir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, all consigned to the dustbin because it is our way or the highway. You're either with us or you're against us. That is not the way
Should I take a break?
My country is going to be.
Should I take a break as we debate the question? Is it befitting for Aamir Khan to make this sweeping comment?
A quick comment, not more than 10 seconds.
No, Nalin Kohli, the 10-second comment will come on the other side of the break. I'm taking a 2-minute break. Aamir, right or wrong, is the debate tonight. Views are split. Keep your tweets coming. We're going to take more Twitter responses when we are back in 2 minutes. Okay, now we go back to the political debate. We have a few minutes left. Let's do some clear and straightforward questions. Now, Mr. Jyotiraditya and Nalin Kohli, to you first. I really like the way in which you have so much understanding and feeling of how Aamir Khan feels the country's situation, tolerance, etc., etc. Mr. Scindia, can you tell us what did you do to understand how MF Hussain felt or even protect him before he decided to become a citizen of Qatar in 2010? Will you hold yourself responsible for failing to protect him? Answer, Mr. Scindia, answer. Answer. Padma Rao joining the debate. Answer.
Yes. Well, in any situation.
MF Hussain. MF Hussain. Anil is countering. Anil.
Whether it is Mr.
No, not whether. MF Hussain.
He is also an artist who has represented this country, given a lot of contribution to this world. Why was he not stopped?
Sure, absolutely.
So what is the meaning of intolerance then?
And I think
intolerance is a state of mind.
And where was Aamir Khan then?
Where was Aamir Khan?
Where was Aamir Khan then? Padma is coming in. Padma is coming in. Padma.
Arnab, if you let me finish, I think in any event, if he had to move citizenship somewhere else, I think that certainly was a loss.
No, not any when Aamir Khan, MF Hussain. Vipul.
Let's ask a question. In last 18 months, how many Indian citizens have left the country because of intolerance? They leave country because lack of infrastructure or education, not because of intolerance.
No. The question on MF Hussain. Padma Rao joining issue. Nalin coming to you. Padma Rao.
The question is, even within the country, guarantee of safety and security and an ability to live is your fundamental right.
What I'd like to say is that, first of all, I'd like to ask the Congress party and all its supporters who are making such a noise, that Dilip Kumar, who is a very well-known and established actor, leave the country after the 2002 riots, leave the country after the... on the contrary, he moved to Mumbai to become an actor there. Is Aamir the same? Also, I'd like to ask. Does Aamir, who lives in these big bungalows with 100 security guards and with bodyguards and all that, I mean, who is a very well-known and very respected actor with a hell of a lot of security, does he feel, is he equating himself and his level of insecurity, is he putting himself on the same level as that poor man, let's say in Dadri, who got lynched because of alleged beef in his fridge? So obviously not, you know. And if somebody of the stature of Aamir is making this kind of, you know, remark, I think it's really over the top, and I think it is an obvious case of jumping on the bandwagon. Then somebody earlier on, I'm sorry I joined the debate late, said we should introspect. Why should we introspect only when it is a film star? And as Arnab pointed out earlier, did you introspect when
Mayank, Tigmanshu, respond. Let's keep it quick. Mayank and Tigmanshu, please. 4 minutes into the debate. 4 minutes left. Mayank. Tigmanshu wants to go first. Tigmanshu. Jyotiraditya, coming back to you. Tigmanshu.
Arnab?
Yes, as Vipul said that Aamir was so resilient when Fana was released, and today where is his resilience gone? I must tell Vipul, simply because times have changed.
But today there is
Why
nothing.
Are we taking Aamir Khan's statement so literally? Nobody is leaving this country.
Aamir, what intolerance Aamir or Kiran have suffered in last 3, 4, 5 years, forget about 6 to 8 months,
it is not what they have suffered.
Changed.
It's not a personal problem.
I want to
Mr. Goswami, I'd also like a word, please.
I still want to ask him, was his comment only directed at BJP or Karnataka government of Congress and UP government of
Nalin Kohli, 1 second, please. Nalin Kohli countering 3 minutes on the debate. Nalin.
3 quick points. The first is, I'll repeat what I said. The very fact that we are having a discussion, there are expressions of dissent, there are expressions of worry and all this, it proves there is tolerance. There is not intolerance here. The second point is to Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia. Throughout the program, he's been bringing the BJP. Mr. Scindia, very briefly, let me tell you the words used for Prime Minister Modi through his life by Congress leaders. Latest being a poster in Allahabad by your NSUI, Gangu Teli, Ghanchi, impotent, shaitan. Not to mention, of course, Mr. Manishankar Ayyar saying, requesting Pakistan, inko hataiye, humko laiye. And Mr. Salman Khurshid saying that, we are turning down Pakistan.
If we are getting a response, we are, as we're moved.
Happens in the debate.
Okay, Jyotiraditya Scindia, 60 seconds left. Countering. Jyotiraditya Scindia, 60 seconds left. Countering. And I also asked Jyotiraditya Scindia before I go into getting your response. I want to put some pictures on the screen. No, 1 second. Jyotiraditya, you will respond. Pictures on the screen of Taslima Nasreen, bricks being thrown on her by an ally of the Congress party, Asaduddin Owaisi's party. Mayank Shekhar is smiling. The fact is, it's a reality. No Aamir Khan, no Congress party, no Shah Rukh Khan, nobody. None of them, no Aamir Raza Hussain. None of them said this is not the way to treat Taslima Nasreen. Let's hit the streets. Let's protest. Where are the pictures? If we can put them on the screen, please. You'll get a sense of the barbarism which has been put against people against free speech. No, Jyotiraditya Scindia, did you speak?
I am amazed at the fact. I'm amazed at the fact that on this show tonight, I'm hearing multiple times, what about when X happened 10 years ago? What about when Y happened 15 years ago?
I'm asking you.
What happened when Z happened 15 years ago? We are talking about India in the present.
Sure.
Because people are raising issues.
So what you did in the past should not be talked about.
Justify the fact that why did you not raise it 15 years ago? Because that was wrong doesn't mean that this is right. And I think this government, if I'm allowed to just say something, this government today is accountable to the people. When they boast that after 20 years, they've got a full majority, they have to be accountable to protect the livelihood and security of every single citizen. And if their members are going to be bandied around uncontrollably with no control over them by the cabinet or the Prime Minister, you're going to have a situation in India.
10 seconds
and
from
the owners fairly and squarely lie.
10 seconds from
Yes, Mr. Goswami, just a quick point. So therefore the opposition party is supposed to take the help of the ISI. Inko hataiye aur humko laiye in Pakistan. Is that the responsibility? Is it the responsibility to call the Prime Minister Gangu Teli, put out a poster by the party which is the main opposition party in the parliament?
What is Mr.
Jyotiraditya Scindia saying and with what conviction? And say Gangu Teli, Ghachi, important, Shaitan, all these words. And I have another former external affairs minister in Pakistan sitting out there saying that India is turning down the hand of friendship. What about all the people who have died with terrorism?
I think we've run short of time,
but the fact that that is a wrong does not make your action right.
Absolutely doesn't. Absolutely doesn't.
Excuse me, have you condemned any of that? Have you condemned Mr. Salman Khurshid? Have you condemned Mr. Manish Shankar
I'm
Iyer?
condemning that on this show in front
of the Prime Minister spoke when one of his ministers spoke.
I have one question. I have one question.
Make it right for you.
I have one question. All I want to know.
Stop responding.
All I want to know.
India always saying
all I want to know.
And Y is wrong, and therefore who are you?
No, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Just 1 second.
And I'll also say, Mr. Scindia, on the show, on the record.
And I'm wrapping up now, and all I'll say at the end, that I want to know the circumstances and the conditions which are appropriate for the explosion of conscience, because we are seeing an explosion of conscience tonight. I wonder where that conscience has been hidden all this while. I thank you all for joining me on Newshour debate number 1 this evening tonight. Thank you.